with the absolutely beautiful Sherri Springer. Thank you for meeting me today.
Absolutely.
How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Yeah, not so bad, not so bad. I think it seems a little bit brighter where you are than it is here. And your painting behind you is definitely cheering up the vibe as well.
Good, good. Saying hello from Florida.
Good. So, Sherri, tell us a little bit about yourself and your journey as an artist.
Well, I grew up in Alabama and I was staying with my mom. She had end-stage cancer. I was staying with her in the year 2019. And while I did some paintings, some small pieces over the past years, I really began the strong interest in art while I was taking some time off to be with her the year that she was struggling with her end stages of that. And it became therapy for me. I began to paint more and more. It just became a calming, therapeutic thing for me to be able to dive into that. And I found it calmed my spirit and my brain. And ironically, she is an artist too. She was. And so I was able to take pieces back to her and get her opinions and feedback, which really was a special bond and a special time for us that last year of her life. So that's when the interest really started.
Oh, that's beautiful. So, before you kind of went through that period, you didn't know that you are into art, or was it just something that you just thought, mum did it, I'll try it, you found it therapeutic, or did you kind of know before that maybe you had an interest in art?
I knew that I definitely had an interest in it. I knew that I could draw some. I had done some sketches in college and did a few little childlike paintings, just childhood art, I guess you'd call it. And, but never really took time on it because I was working full time, in office environments for 20 years actually. And so it never really, the spark wasn't there. So it is quite unique that all of that just for some reason poured into, whether it was a God thing, as so many people, refer to something spiritual that occurred, but it definitely took a whole new level in my life of interest and the spark that year that I was staying with my mom. So.
Oh, that's beautiful. And it's nice that both of you had an even stronger bond and connection, I guess, if you were both artists, and in that last year of her life, she really got to see what she'd created within you, I suppose.
I see that as well. I agree. It's almost like I'm living out a legacy, which brings it even more meaningful to me to when I paint. So.
That's really lovely. So, Sherri, are you an artist full time, or do you work outside of your art career?
So I'm an artist full time. I decided to do that full time after I relocated. So once I moved from Alabama, and I relocated to Florida, and it was a time where I was looking for jobs, and as we know, COVID began to become a problem. So I decided at that time to shift gears from interviewing for jobs to I found myself there again. I was still painting. I thought, okay, this is the time to start and see if I couldn't make it a career, a full-time career. So really, it's amazing. I dove in, and it's been exciting.
Because I see so much diversity in your work. Like, you've got some abstract pieces, some kind of seascape, landscape pieces, some animal pieces. So, where do you draw your influences from?
Well, I have several answers for that, if that's okay.
Yeah, sure.
Certainly my mother, just being exposed to the art and, her interests, and I assume that I inherited a trait of art and that skill set. But a large part of it is my personality. I have so many different interests. I see myself as so many different things and different facets to my personality and who I am, that's reflecting in my art, I believe. So, that's why you're seeing so many different pieces and so many different styles. And I like to experiment. So that's probably being reflected in my art as well.
Definitely, I can see that, because I just see a lot of color in your work as well. So it seems no matter what you're painting, there's almost always some kind of vibrancy within your work. So, Sherri, what's next for you? What are your plans going forward?
Well, I've definitely hit some really good local areas where I have my art showcased, and I'm constantly finding new places to install my work, but I want to think big. I want to reach beyond. I don't want to just confine myself to my local area. I'll be thinking about possibly building a website this year where people can go directly and know where to find, what it is they like according to all my different styles, and the prices will be there. I want to reach out to businesses, hotels, larger scale. I want to see if I can, sell in bulk to some larger, maybe interior designers, whether on the internet or out there. I'm going to find them.
Yeah, that's really good. And everything you're saying just really hits the nail on the head. It seems like you've got really big goals and they're totally achievable. And everything that you've just said is exactly what an artist needs to do. You need a website, you need
Yes.
to reach different audiences, you need to approach those kind of people. And I think some people are kind of scared of doing the bulk thing, and I never understand why, because it's a really great opportunity. Like, if for instance, if you went in the corporate world and your art was in office blocks or in like boutique hotels or something like that, it's a really great opportunity for you to get your artwork seen. Because I'm forever like, if I stay in a hotel, I'm always looking, oh, look at that piece of art. Corner, and you try to see who it is. So yeah, I think it's great. Your goals, you're going to smash them this year. I've got a good feeling about it, Sherri.
I do too. I do too. I
So
love those ideas.
yeah, good, and keep going at it, because you've got it all bang on. So what's been the sort of highlight of your career so far?
Well, I'm lucky. I'm blessed to say I have several this year. I haven't been at it at a full year yet, is what I'm trying to say. So in February, it would technically be a year, and I've had the opportunity. Probably one of the most meaningful would be, I was featured artist for 2020 for the Cancer Wellness Foundation in Alabama. And what that meant was a donated piece of my art that they then turned into greeting cards and prints, that the money would go towards cancer patients who needed help with their bills. And people in need, there's a lot of people in need. And I know my mom would have been so proud. She passed from cancer, and that whole organization, charity, really does a good work. And that was a holiday project that they chose me to be the artist of the year. And also featured in some local papers here. That was awesome. You feel like a little local superstar.
Yeah, wow,
So
and
those
that's
were,
fantastic. It's really great that, again, you're staying true to yourself and to your mom, and I'm so pleased that they chose you and that you
thank
could have
you.
been a part of that. Your postcards and your art everywhere, that's fantastic.
And of course, the global.
Yeah, it's great. Good to get your work out there as much as you can, and it seems like you're definitely on the right path, and I do see big things for you, Sherri.
Thank you so much.
Brilliant. Well, it's been lovely talking to you today.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And I enjoy being on your platform. I look forward to 2021. It's going to be great.
It's going to be great, definitely. I'm really looking forward to it. Well, although we have to adapt things, I feel like there's still loads of opportunities, and we've got to embrace this sort of new way of doing things, and it's going to be good.
I agree. I want to remind people that good things can really come out of some dark times in your life, or times when you are wondering what's next. You just keep believing, because there is a plan for your life, and good things happen from not so great situations.
Oh, that's lovely, Sherry. I think, especially now at this difficult time that we're all experiencing, that sort of that little bit of a message that you gave there is just what everybody needs to hear, because sometimes we can feel like, oh, it's too hard, or I can't go through this. And you're right, like there's always light at the end of the tunnel.
There is. There really is.
Oh,
Believe.
thank you, Sherry.
Thank
Thank you so
you. Nice
much.
to meet you.
You too, and I'll speak to you really soon.
Yes, ma'am.
Have a nice day. Take
You
care.
too. Take care.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.